Hello, I am Sunita. Welcome to my class. Here I am going to discuss Karnataka TET science topics according to the syllabus. Here the topic is acid, base and salt. Let us discuss in detail. Let us discuss next one. What is mean by an acid and a base? An acid is any hydrogen containing substance that is capable of donating a proton or hydrogen ion to another substance. An acid is nothing but it contains hydrogen, then it is able to donate a proton or H plus ion to another substance. A base is a molecule or ion able to accept a hydrogen from an acid. A base is nothing but it is able to accept a hydrogen ion or H plus ion from an acid. Acid substances are usually identified by their sour taste. Acid normally they will be in sour taste. An acid is basically a molecule which can donate an H plus ion and can remain energetically favorable after a loss of H plus ion. Even acid, if it is gives H plus ion to another substance also, that acid it will be energetically favorable or energetically stable. Then acid are known to turn blue litmus paper to red. The next one, base on the other hand are characterized by a bitter taste. Base they will be in the bitter taste and a slippery texture. A base can be dissolved in water is referred to as an alkali. If base is dissolved in water, then it will form an alkali. When these substances chemically react with acid, they yield salt. Acid plus base react to gives salt and water. Base are known to turn red litmus paper to blue. Bases normally they will turn red litmus paper to blue. Here you have to remember important points. Acid is nothing but it contains hydrogen ion. Then it is able to donate H plus ion to another substance. Base is nothing but it can accept H plus ion from an acid. Acid it will be sour taste. Base it will be in bitter taste. Acid it will convert blue litmus paper to red. Base it will convert red litmus paper to blue. Next one, pH of an acid or a base. In order to find the numerical value of the level of acidity or basicity of a substance, the pH scale where pH stand for potential of hydrogen can be used. If a given substance, how much it will be acidic or basic, it will be measured by pH scale. pH stand for potential of hydrogen. What is the potential of hydrogen? It will be measured by pH scale. The pH scale is the most common and trusted way to measure how acidic or basic is a substance. How much, whether a given substance is how much acidic or basic is measured by a pH scale. A pH scale measure can vary from 0 to 14. The pH scale, the starting value is 0 and ending value it will be 14. The range it will be 0 to 14. The range of the pH scale it will be 0 to 14. Where 0 is the most acidic and 14 is the most basic a substance can be. If you are getting a value 0, then it will indicate the substance is more acidic. If pH is 14, it will indicate the substance is most basic in nature. Properties of an acid or base. Let us first discuss the properties of an acid. First one, acids are corrosive in nature. Normally all the acids they will be corrosive in nature. And second one, they are good conductor of electricity. With the acid it is usually it will conduct electricity easily, it will pass electricity through it. Therefore acid is a good conductor of electricity. In chemistry lab, when we are doing any experiments, if you want to pass an electricity with any solvent, normally we will add few drops of acid in a particular solvent. Then third one, their pH value is always less than 7. Normally the pH value of an acid is always less than 7. Fourth one, when acid react with a metal, these substance produces hydrogen gas. When any metal react with an acid, then the chemical reaction it will occurs. It will indicate liberation of hydrogen gas. Then next one, acids are sour tasting substance. Normally the acid they will be in sour taste. Then some of the examples of acids are sulfuric acid H2SO4, hydrochloric acid HCl, then acetic acid CH3COOH. These are the some few chemical properties of an acid. Properties of a basis. Let us discuss some of the properties of a basis. Some properties like a bitter taste. Almost all the bases they will be bitter in taste, and they will feel slippery too. If you touch the base, then you will feel slippery. They are found to have a soapy texture when touched. If you touch the base, then you will feel soapy texture. Then next one, these substance release hydroxide ion when dissolved in water. If you dissolve any base in water, then it will produce a hydroxide ion. The next one, in aqueous solution, base act as a good conductor of electricity. Aqueous solution means if you dissolve base to a water, then it will produce a hydroxide ion. Already you know. Because of the presence of hydroxide ion, these hydroxide ion, then it will behave as a good conductor of electricity. Because of this hydroxide ion, the base easily it can pass electricity through it. Then pH value corresponding to base are always greater than 7. This one also you have to remember. Normally the pH value of a base is always greater than 7. Bases are bitter tasting substance which have the ability to turn red litmus paper to blue. Normally the base it will turn red litmus paper to blue. Then some of the examples of bases are sodium hydroxide NaOH, milk of magnesium MgOH twice, calcium hydroxide CHOH twice. These are the some of the example of a base. The properties of base is very important. You have to remember the properties of a basis. Let us recall the difference between acid and a base. First one, acid. Acid gives off hydrogen ions when dissolved in water. Normally acid when it is dissolved in water it will give hydrogen ion. Then next one, base. Base gives hydroxide ion when dissolved in water. The base if it is dissolved in water then it will give a hydroxide ion OH minus ion. That is the first difference. Second one, acid. It turns blue color litmus paper into red. Then base it turns red color litmus paper into blue. Third difference, acid normally they will be in sour taste. Base they will be in the bitter taste and soapy to touch. Acid, the pH value of an acid ranges from 1 to 7. Then the pH value of base it will ranges from 7 to 14. Then example of some acids are HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, etc. And some example of bases are sodium hydroxide, NaOH, and KOH, potassium hydroxide. These are the few main difference between acid and base. Reaction of acid and bases. Reaction of acid and bases with metals. Here acid react with active metal, it will give salt and hydrogen gas, plus heat it will get liberated. Here for example, hydrochloric acid is an acid, react with active metal magnesium, then it will give magnesium chloride, salt, and with the liberation of hydrogen gas and heat. Here you have to remember any acid react with metal, it will give salt and with the liberation of hydrogen and heat. Next one, base react with metal, again it will give salt and hydrogen and heat. Here sodium hydroxide is a base, react with metal zinc, you will get sodium zinc oxide with the liberation of hydrogen and heat. Here also you have to remember any base react with metal, it will give salt and with the liberation of hydrogen and heat. Next one, a more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal from its base. Here normally in a chemical reaction, the more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal. Here sodium is more reactive compared to magnesium. Therefore sodium it will displace from magnesium hydroxide, then it will give sodium hydroxide and magnesium. These are the few reactions of acid and bases. Next one, reaction of acid with metal carbonate and bicarbonate. Any acid react with metal carbonate or metal bicarbonate, it will give salt, water and carbon dioxide. Here, first example, HCl hydrochloric acid react with calcium carbonate, it will give calcium chloride and water and carbon dioxide. Here calcium chloride is a salt, calcium carbonate is metal carbonate. The next one, H2SO4 sulfuric acid react with magnesium bicarbonate, then you will get magnesium sulfate, salt plus water plus with the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. Effervescence indicate the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. When you are doing the experiment, the effervescence, it will indicate the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. Therefore, you have to remember here, any acid react with either a metal or metal carbonate, then you will get respective salt and water and with the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. Reaction of metal oxides and hydroxide with acid. Metal oxides and metal hydroxides are basic in nature. General reaction, acid react with base, you will get salt, water with the liberation of heat. Here sulfuric acid react with magnesium oxide, you will get magnesium sulfate plus water. Then hydrochloric acid react with magnesium hydroxide, you will get magnesium chloride plus water. Then next reaction, reaction of non-metal oxides with base. Non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Metal oxides and metal hydroxides are basic in nature, but non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Here base plus non-metal oxide react to give a salt, water and with the liberation of heat. For example, sodium hydroxide react with carbon dioxide, you will get sodium carbonate plus water. Salt. A salt is a combination of an anion of an acid and a cation of a base. Always salt, it is a combination of anion and cation, anion of an acid and a cation of a base. For example, potassium chloride, if you split this one, then you will get K plus Cl minus. Salt is a combination of both anion and also cation. Here also sodium nitrate, calcium sulfate, etc. Salts are usually prepared by the neutralization reaction of an acid and a base. What is meant by a neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction is nothing but an acid and a base combines to form a salt and water. This type of reaction we will call it as a neutralization reaction. Then here common salt, sodium chloride NaCl is referred to as a common salt because it is used all over the world for cooking. Then what is mean by family of salt? Salts having the same cation or anion belonging to the same family. If you are having a group of salts, if anion, either anion or cation, if it is same for all the salts, then it will be considered as a family of a salt. Let us consider an example. Here sodium chloride, potassium chloride, lithium chloride. Here the anion in this group, it will be same, chloride, chloride, chloride. Then this group we will call it as a family of the salt, otherwise same family of the salts. Then next one, what is mean by pH of salts? How you will calculate the pH of a salt? A salt, if you get a salt, it is a combination of either a strong acid and a strong base. Then the nature of the salt, it will be neutral in nature. This pH, it should be 7. If you are having a pH 7, it will indicate the nature of the salt is a neutral in nature. Then next one, if you are getting a salt combination of a weak acid and a strong base, then the nature of the salt, it will be basic in nature. Then pH, it should be greater than 7. pH is greater than 7, it is indicated the salt, it should be in basic in nature. And if you are getting a salt, the combination of strong acid and a weak base, then the nature of the salt is acidic in nature. Then pH, it will be less than 7. pH less than 7, it will indicate The salt, it should be acidic in nature. The pH of a salt of a weak acid and a weak base is determined by conducting a pH test. Let us discuss more about pH scale. The pH scale range from 1 to 14. If the pH is exactly 7, it will indicate the neutral solution. As the pH is decreasing from 7, like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then the acidity of the solution, it will be increases. As the pH is increasing after 7, like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 up to 14, the basic nature of the solution, it will be increases. If the pH is exactly 1, it will indicate the solution is more acidic. If the pH is 14, it will indicate the solution is more basic. pH, the formula is given by pH, it will be equal to minus log H plus. In pure water, H plus, concentration of H plus and concentration of OH minus ion, it will be equal to 10 to the power of minus 7 mole per liter. Hence, pH of pure water is 7. This one you have to remember. pH of pure water, it will be equal to 7. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14. If pH is less than 7, it will be acidic solution. If the pH is more than 7, greater than 7, it will be the solution, it will be basic in nature. Let us discuss the importance of pH in our daily life, otherwise how plants, animals, soils, and in our body also. What is the certain limit of the pH? Then what is the importance of the pH? Let us discuss here. pH sensitive of plants and animals. Even plants and animals, they are very sensitive to pH. For a certain pH, even plants and animals, they will involve certain important functions. Let us see here. Plants and animals are sensitive to pH. Crucial life process such as digestion of food, also it will involve a pH. Then functions of enzymes and hormones. Normally, especially human body, especially girls, there is a variation of hormones, it will take place especially in girls. This variation of hormones, it will be controlled by a pH. The next one, pH of a soil. pH of a soil optimal for the growth of plants or crops. pH, it should be 6.5 to 7. If you are having the pH in between 6.5 to 7, then in that particular soil, then you will get a good yield of the particular crop and also plant. Then how the pH, it will helpful in digestion of food in the human being. pH in the digestive system. The process of digestion happens at a specific pH in our stomach. The pH, it should be 1.5 to 4. The range of pH in our stomach, 1.5 to 4. At this particular pH, the digestion of the food, it will takes place. The pH of the interaction of enzyme while food is being digested is influenced by HCl in our stomach. Normally in our stomach, hydrochloric acid is there. This hydrochloric acid, it will help the food to digest very easily. Then pH of this hydrochloric acid, it will be in between 1.5 to 4. If you are having the pH more than 4, then your body, it will feel acidic. Then you are feeling some burning sensation, then vomiting, then your stomach pH value, it will be increased. Then if you want to reduce that pH value, you have to add a base. If acid react with base, then it will get neutralized. In this way, you can acidity of your body, you can control very easily. Then next one, pH in tooth decay. Tooth decay happens when the teeth are exposed to an acidic environment of pH is 5.5 and below. If tooth decay, normally everyone, they are facing this problem. If your pH value in your tooth, if it is increased, if the pH is 5.5 or below, then your tooth decay, it will start. Then you have to consult your doctor. The next one, pH of self-defense by animals and plants. Acidic substances are used by animals and plants as a self-defense mechanism. For example, bee and plants like nettle secretes a highly acidic substance. For self-defense, these secreted acidic substances have a specific pH. These are the very important of pH in our daily life. Thanks for listening my class. Send me your valuable feedback. Thank you.